Hello, everybody, and welcome to today's technical analysis on Bitcoin. And today we'll be looking at the price of Bitcoin. As we've seen, Bitcoin have had some very, very huge movement in the past few days. And today we'll just be looking at the chart, right? From our last video, we predicted, right, that it's always a game of support and resistance, the game of support and resistance. And we said the moment we flip this place and turn it as support, right, we should be expecting a very, very large, huge run right down to the $20,000. And then at the $20,000, we saw a swift and very, very swift piercing of the $20,000 resistance. And now we're at the 21,500 about 6 to 700 resistance, and we understand that nothing goes in a straight line. Like nothing goes in a straight line, right? We understand that crypto is zigzag, zigzag, zigzag. So right now we should be expecting a support right down to around the 20,000 region. So we're expecting for the price of Bitcoin to do something like this and then just go back forward, right? So that's what we're expecting on the price of Bitcoin, right? We're expecting a little correction, right, to recover this candle and come and test the support and then back upwards. We're hoping that by next week, hopefully, we should be getting into the 22 to 23,000 dollar level, and I'll tell you why I'm expecting a large correction or just a very, very little correction. This is the 15 minutes time frame, by the way. A very little correction right before we go up right now. Right now, follow me down to the 30 minutes time frame. Right, if you go back to a higher time frame, as you can see, we could see clearer pocket of resistance down at the 20,500. Right, we just came, retested it, and came back up. Even though this is looking like a bull flag, right, it's looking like a bull flag, right, we have uh the trend coming like this and forming some little bull flag, right? So we might not really come there. We might just move straight up, down even to the $23,000 level. But I'll still show you some charts why I still think maybe we might just move down a little bit. As you can see, while we're recording, right, the price is actually moving, right? So I think our bull flag is actually valid, right? If we move down to the 1 hour time frame, we could see that, right, as you can see, it's forming some sort of a bull flag, right? And we could actually just move up even to the 23,500. So this looks like a very, very good bull flag, right? And we'll check our uh, indicators to really confirm and see what the chart is doing. But this could be a real fake out, and we could just come back to retest this place, right? It wasn't a very good retest, even though we could see a retest, but as you can see, there's this curve. There is also a pocket, right, of liquidity around this place. So we could see that we should come back and probably come for a retest before going higher, probably around the 20,600 before tomorrow, right? Even if we go up to the 4 hour time frame, as you can see, right, the next uh, support we have is around the 20,800 level, and then the 20 just around that period, around the 20,800 to the 20,600 level. So we're expecting a support. If that doesn't do, then we will count these as a bull flag. But one of the things that's making me believe that we're going to come down is because of this bearish candle, right? This is a very, very bearish candle that has formed. This is a downward. This is a candle insinuating that we're going to go downward first before going upward. So this might just be a huge fake out, and then we come down, test the 20,500 over the weekend, and then we move up, right? If we go back to our daily time frame, we can see that we're going according to plan, right? You could see the huge candle that came even right from the bottom. I would say we're expecting more upward price action, right, to around this resistance place and possibly down even to the 24,000, right? And so we're expecting a huge move. Possibly maybe we range for a few days, range and range and range, or even come back to retest this, and then we come to the 24,300 level, right? And so Let's move over to the other chart, right, that has our indicators, and I'll tell you why we're still expecting further price action. If we move over to the monthly, we could see that the stock RSI is at its lows, at the lowest of the lowest, right? We could see even at the Bollinger Bands that were very, very low on the Bollinger Bands. If you could see the RSI to one of the lowest in the history of Bitcoin. The RSI is in one of the lowest. If you can see also the MACD is having a bullish divergence. If we move down to the weekly, we could see that the RSI is coming down for the weekly, but we could see that it's about to something like this, right? It's having a kind of bullish divergence to go back up, and you could see same thing with happening on the MACD. We're having a bullish cross, and the RSI looking very oversold and having enough steam to still move up on the weekly. So, like I said, we're expecting further or upward price action even for the Bitcoin price chart, probably to the 24, 25K region, right? Before probably we're going to see what's going to happen next. If we look at the 3 days, everything would confirming that we should have some little pump before we correct, right? If we see the only thing that it's of concern is the MACD on the 3 days, as we could see, close to having a kind of bearish divergence, but we could still move up, right? If we go up to the daily, we could see we are moving up in both the RSI and the stock RSI. The market is also having a bullish cross, so we should expect further movements upwards, even though we are close to the Bollinger Bands, right? We're close to the Bollinger Bands on the daily. We know that the Bollinger Bands, as always, as you can see in every point, we usually just maybe by a tip of an iceberg just go above the Bollinger Bands. We need to see expanding Bollinger Bands to be more bullish at this point. If we go up to the 12 hours, we could see we're just on the Bollinger Bands, and this is why I said I'm expecting just some little correction to around the 20K region before we continue going up. As you can see, our stock RSI is telling us it's having a bearish cross, and so in the next few hours, we should expect just some little correction in the stock RSI, some little correction of Bitcoin down to even maybe the 20K region. And then before we move up, we can see same thing with the RSI on the 12 hours, right? We could see that just a huge little bearish divergence. Just need the RSI to correct a little bit before we move up. Same thing with 4 hourly. 4 hourlies were already coming down on both the RSI and the stock RSI. That's to show we're expecting a correction, right? Some little correction down probably to the 20K region, as we already said. We have a huge support at the 20K 500, around the 20K 500 to 800 before we continue our upward price action. Same thing with the 1 hour. So you can see you can really just position yourself, right? The 1 hour we can see they were hitting, we're contracting the Bollinger Bands, showing that there's going to be a volatile action soon. And so probably we're expecting some little downward price action, right? As you can see also the RSI confirming that, probably maybe before we move up. So if you like the channel, like we said, we're expecting some little downward price action before we continue moving up down to the 24,000 level. So as we said, if you like this analysis, if you like the channels, please click on the like button, click on the subscribe button. We still have more videos like this. Watch other videos on the channel. Thank you and stay blessed.